Hey you guys, it's Hadassah from HADASSADOR Sewing Channel, of course. Happy New Year. I know it's late in the game. It's February now, but basically this is my first video for the new year, so I have to say Happy New Year to you guys. And I'm still going to talk about my New Year goals because I do have to establish some of the things I want to do for this year because it's 2017 and everything I'm saying is for the goals of this year. So I'm going to say it anyway. It's my channel. Whatever. I don't care how late I am. I'm going to say it right now. So I have five sewing goals, five sewing slash style goals. I have other goals for my personal life and everything, but those are my five goals. And I'm going to talk to you about them today. Number one, my first goal for this year is to create a self-made wardrobe. Yes. I know you guys are going like self-made wardrobe. That's dope, but at the same time, that's a lot of work because that means like if you want like a dress, a pair of pants or something, you gotta make it. But like I really wanted to take my time to cater my wardrobe to something I personally like. I hate going to stores and I don't like the quality of something, or I don't like how it fits, or I don't like how the length of it, or something should have been different about it. So I'm like, I sew all the time. I was sewing for people. Why don't I just create my own self-made wardrobe? It's always been a dream of mine, but I've never had time. I'm gonna really establish this year to do it. So I'm gonna really, go through my patterns, go through fabrications, and really make a wardrobe that I'm going to wear 24/7 because I have this idea I like to make dresses or other stuff I don't wear on a regular, but I'm going to make things I really do wear on a regular and still my personal style. So that's number one. And being that that's number one, it leads into my next goal, which is joining sewing competitions, challenges, or projects within the sewing community. And one of them is the Wardrobe Builder. Now, the Wardrobe Builder, this new challenge created by Laura from the Petite Passion blog. I found this challenge on the Fold line. So basically, this hashtag is going to be going all over social media with sewing bloggers and just sewing enthusiasts, people who like to sew, fashionistas who want to create their own wardrobe. And the project calendar, I'm just going to place it here, but each month of this calendar, you have to create something in that category that they provided catering to your wardrobe so you can build your wardrobe. And I felt like that was amazing. Like, I'm joining a project, I'm knocking two birds with one stone. I'm making my wardrobe at the same time I'm still joining a challenge, a sewing challenge. Another competition I also want to join is Rippin' Ain't Easy by PrettyGirlsSew.com. Basically, they do this every year. Usually, it's a large competition that lasts for a while. But this year, I believe they're going to break it up into mini contests. Like, I think they have a winter, a spring, and a summer. I believe so. They have already chosen the winter participants. So, of course, the winter session is closed. But I'm definitely going to apply for the spring, and hopefully, I'm one of the participants. Cross fingers. So, yeah. Goal number 3 is to become a mood sewing network blogger. Now you're wondering, what's a mood sewing network blogger? Okay, so a mood sewing network blogger is basically a bunch of sewing bloggers in the sewing community who have been, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, they've been sponsored or they partnered with Mood Fabrics in order to create and deliver sewing projects to audience via Mood, of course. Now, what's Mood? Mood Fabrics is a large fabric company, fabric store, fabric store that they have a location in LA and they have one in NYC, one of the biggest locations, and they're really known amongst the fashion industry, anybody who sells. It's a big time designer fabric stores. There was like a Nat here. And I shop there like 24/7 because I live in New York City, so I get to go there all the time if I want to. Like, plenty of bags. I love the quality of fabrics, and it would be great to be a part of that, that collision, that group of people, that network. And I just really stand for Mood Fabrics, so I would really love it. So the goal is to be working with them. I'm going to try to apply by the end of the year, is really because my blog is still kind of fresh and new. I've been mostly focused around my brand, but I'm really stepping into the sewing blogging area because I really enjoy that as well. So I can't wait for that. Number 4 is, of course, to blog more often. I want to be blogging at least 3 times a month. I'm still a new sewing blogger, so my blog hasn't really established its I guess it's, I don't want to say fame, but it's not known as to where I'd like it to be. I mean, I'm not doing it to be known. I'm doing it for the fun of myself, but I really want to be more consistent with my blogging. And number 5 is to create more YouTube content. Of course, that falls hand in hand with my blogging, the vlogging, blogging, sewing, because it's all joined as one. But that's really like my main sewing goals. So that's pretty much it. And now let's get into the creations that I've made for January. So of course, everybody on the whole, I love the whole sewing community, how we talk about the things we've made for the month. And so I'm going to talk about the things I've made for January. Now, I really haven't had time to create plenty of things. Like, I was making a lot of things, but they weren't for me or just for, you know, sewing projects. I was focused on creating a collection. Of course, as you guys know, I'm a fashion designer. I was creating a collection for New York Fashion Week, fall/winter 2017. And I had my fashion show in January. If you are in New York City and were able to come, thank you. It was January 13th, so that was the debut of my newest collection, Kindred. So that's what I created. I believe by the end of this week, or by the time I post this video, the collection lookbook will be up on my website. Yeah, so however, I'm going to talk about the creations. I'm going to also include things I made closer to the end of the year of 2016, like things I made for like holiday parties, or literally like towards New Year's, for like the new year, like towards the end, like after the 25th. So that I still consider a part of January. So first things first, I made for January literally was this terry knit sweater that I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna probably put like an image on the left or the right of me actually wearing it. It's a long line silhouette. It has this curve hemline. There was no pattern for it. I didn't buy any pattern like store-bought commercial pattern. This was a self-draft pattern, but it didn't come strictly out of my head. It was a kind of a knockoff self-draft pattern. This hoodie, my sister had a hoodie like this already, this silhouette, and I loved it. I was like, damn, I want one. But she had gotten it in Canada with my family. She bought it in a store out there in Canada, so I couldn't just go buy it. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna create it. So I bought this terry knit, and I thought it would be amazing in the silhouette of that pattern of that hoodie that she had, so I made it. And it falls into wardrobe builder because the first month is for January, you're supposed to make jumpers and sweaters, and this is a hoodie, so it's a sweater in its form, or sort of way. And number 2, I created this gray scuba knit dress. I wore it for a holiday party, but it's also a part of my newest collection, so it'll be available for you guys who would like to have it as well. It has bell sleeves, it's off the shoulder, this bodycon silhouette, very fitted. Of course, it's a self-gel pattern because it was part of my collection. Beautiful, very nice. I love it. It's very minimal. The fabric is really opaque, but it's so comfortable because it's a scuba knit, like neoprene scuba, I guess you can call it. Number 3, I made this purple velvet dress for New Year's Day. Of course, New Year's had fell on a Sunday. I am an avid Christ lover, Christian. I go to church every Sunday. So, of course, New Year's Day, I was in church. And this was my dress I wore to church. I had to be a little fancy. Of course, it has straps off the shoulder, this ruffle flounce going around the off the shoulder part. And that's pretty much it. I guess that, again, that was also self-drafted. I do a lot of self-drafted patterns because I went to school for that, and it's pretty easy. I can kind of look at something and kind of just draft it real quick on fabric. I also made this blue oversized wool coat. This wool coat, this was using Berta pattern. This was using a Berta style pattern. It was Berta 08 2014 style 128. In the jacket, of course, they have snaps. However, I wanted it to have buttons, so I created these faux gold buttons. I just tacked it on the front, but it still opens with snaps. Also, if you're going to use this pattern, I would suggest for you to widen the lapel. The lapel is very thin, so I did widen the lapel pattern when I was, of course, before cutting it, I did widen it on the fabric. So that was it. I also styled this fur coat with a fur stole, which I also self-drafted myself. I literally just had fur fabric sitting around. I thought it would be beautiful to go with the wool coat. And of course, I just self-drafted it real quick on the fabric, on the fur, and sewed it up, and voila. So yeah, I believe that's pretty much all the things I created for this January. It wasn't a lot, but that was due to, again, that was due to me being so busy with the collection. That was all I had. Like, that's was my main priority for January, was my collection. And pretty much this February I hope to be creating more. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make like a February plans video like everybody else. I'm more of the kind of whimsical person, but I really want to be more organized this year. So maybe I just might, if you guys want to see more videos from me, let me know. If you like this video, please subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to tell me, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It was nice seeing you guys. See ya!